Alright, well, I'm back after an extended change. I've got to do a little different because somebody is sprinkling the sidewalk up here. So I got to go on the road. Don't worry, it'll be fine. I got to get back on the sidewalk anyway. Maybe I can do it here in this driveway. Rather be, this is not a hugely busy road, but I don't like to be in traffic any more than I have to. So, there we go. So where have I been? Well, I had some technical issues with the camera. Now I have a number of problems with GoPro's design philosophy, I guess. I think I read somewhere that their target market was initially surfers. So they wanted a camera that was waterproof and shockproof and light and, you know, all the stuff that you would need if you wanted to do action videos from your surfboard. And that's great, but I'm not on a surfboard, I'm on a bicycle. So they tried to compromise and make this thing useful to everybody. Scuba divers, skydivers, all kinds of divers. Not so much riders. So, as a result, you have to live with these compromises, one of them being the way they maintain watertight integrity is there's a watertight door that covers the battery. But if you want to use a microphone, whether you got to take that door off to get to the port, plug in your microphone. Now you can use the internal microphone, but it's crappy. Terrible microphone. Nobody wants to use that microphone. So I don't have an external microphone. And the problem with that is now there's nothing holding the battery in. It's just held in by friction. So eventually what happened was it had worn out to the point where it was falling out of the camera while I'm just riding around. So that's no good, because when the battery comes out, it stops recording, and you don't know what's going on. And it doesn't have to come completely out. It just goes loose. So now you don't have power, and you don't know you don't have power. You're out there on your bike, encountering all kinds of other bike traffic. How you doing? And you're talking to yourself, and that's all. You're not even talking to the camera because the camera is not working. So that's no good. Meanwhile, it was losing battery life too. Even if it didn't come loose, it would stop working because it had gone dead. So I went to get a new battery. Go to the GoPro site, find it, try to order it, can't order it. Why can't I order it? It didn't say why I couldn't order it. Just wouldn't let me click the button. So I called customer support. Customer support says, can't order it because we're out of stock. Okay. Well, problem number one, it doesn't say that. I had to call you up to find it out. Problem number two, how am I going to know when you got battery. Because problem number 3, I know you got batteries because you're selling new cameras and they all have batteries. Well, they didn't want to address problem number 3. But they did promise to send me an email whenever they got batteries in stock again. So I waited. And I waited. And eventually I got tired of waiting. And I went to their website. Lo and behold, they have batteries in stock again. They never told me. Now, he could have told me. I would just have to check back from time to time. And I wouldn't have been totally happy about it. But I would have been able to get a battery sooner. But he chose to just tell me something to get me to go away rather than help me out, which is a recurring theme these days. Like, are you going to help me or not? It's like, no, not going to help you. All right, at least I know where we stand. That would be better. So I ordered it, and it came a couple days ago. See that guy sitting out there every now and then. Gotta give him a little ring of the bell, a little wave, be friendly. Anyhow, so now I got my battery. Then I had flat tires. I've had about 5 flat tires this season. I'm getting like 300 miles between flats. Why? I don't know. I have had times in the past where I got a lot of flats in a row. Nobody knows why. And the reason why I do 3 dings here is because this is a blind curve, and quite often you find people coming the other way in your lane. But the reason why I keep getting flats, I don't know. I know that inner tubes are like $10 a piece now. It's like double what they used to be. Why is that? I don't know.
Sound good, Sandy. Bye-bye.
And then I had to get, so I ordered some. I had some already on order the last time I had one go out, but it was my last one. It was my last spare. So I got one ride in with no spare. So that was a risk. I didn't want to do that again. Morning. So I went down to the, I'm going to get run over by this truck. Would have been run over by the truck if I weren't watching him. Yeah, scooter's got a problem. So, okay, I didn't get run over by the truck, and the scooter was just parked in the middle of the trail, and we got around that too. So far, so good. And back on the whole GoPro design philosophy thing and how it's all compromises, and compromises don't work out well for everyone, or basically anyone in particular, is the handlebar mount. It does not provide a positive method of securing the camera to the handlebar. You kind of look at it, it looks like it's secure, but it isn't necessarily secure. So it sometimes falls out of the mount, the whole camera, which I think contributes to the battery tending to fall out, because that's being held in just by friction and that shock of falling off the bike. Is probably contributes to wearing out the battery's friction holding it in. So basically what they need is positive method of attaching the camera to the handlebars, and a positive method of locking the battery into the battery compartment when the battery compartment cover has been removed, because in their wisdom, to keep it waterproof, which doesn't matter to me because I'm not going underwater on my bicycle, they put the port for the microphone underneath that battery cover. They obviously weren't thinking about me when they did this design. That's okay. I wasn't thinking about them either. So today it's hazy and smoky because the Canadians have set their country on fire again. It's kind of an annual thing with them now. And I don't know what the deal is. I saw a trucker vlog by a trucker up in Manitoba. He was saying it's kind of new. They haven't always been doing that. He grew up there. So I have no reason to doubt him, but I haven't looked it up. Haven't verified it, so I don't really know what the true story is. All I know is it's smoky today. All this is not fog, that's smoke. And it's all from Canada. And the wind's out of the north, so that isn't helping. And anyhow, that's what we're dealing with. On the upside, the Minnesota people finally opened their trail. It's been shut down for like 3 months or 2 months or however long it's been. Like all season pretty much. Had to go through East Grand Forks to do the full circuit. And it actually is fairly windy right now. Hopefully this car will stop. Like they're supposed to, because they have a stop sign. Oh, what else is new? Not much really. Got the house painted. It's nice. Until I calculate my net worth. It's okay though. Probably still better off than most. not always somebody coming the other way, but when there is, it's generally an emergency. I'm not going to say it. I was going to say something about the skateboarders, but I'm not going to. Coming up to the Bridge of Terror, which is not as terrifying as it used to be because I've taken to just not trying to ride on the sidewalks. Those were the terrifying part. Reason being, you stand a non-zero chance of encountering somebody coming the other way, no matter which side you're on. And there's not enough room for two-way traffic. And there's quite a drop-off. Survivable, yeah, but not pleasant. Dropping off from the sidewalk onto the street if you have to go off. The other option being going in the river, which you can't because there's a guardrail. Well, you could, but it would take a conscious effort to do so. So, this is how I cross the Bridge of Terror these days. Once I get some water. Because the smoke is horrendous. So watch carefully, this is how I do it. Got to make sure that this car here doesn't run me over, because you know they want to. Okay, we got away from it with that. Very windy. That crosswind would have been terrifying up on that sidewalk, but as you can see, the sidewalk, it comes up about to my hubs, so it's quite a drop off. But it's okay. I just go this way now, and it is off the road. So maybe this is what their design was. This is the next trick, is getting across here to get back on the proper bike trail. Once we make sure the oncoming truck doesn't run me over. They're going real slow. They got a lot of trees, followed by another car, and then another truck coming from the other direction. Nobody else coming. I think I got it. We come up here, where they play baseball sometimes. Always careful going past parked cars, because you never know who's going to jump out from behind a parked car. And while I'm thinking about it, we just passed Pavilion 1, and last time I checked, they had opened it. The restroom was open. Water fountain was working. They shut them down a long time ago, like last year, maybe year before, I don't remember. I don't think they could afford to run them because the Somali pirates stole all their money over here in Puffin Soda. And here's the section that was shut down for weeks, maybe months. Now it's open again. And I'm right up here. I don't know why it was shut down for so long, because it's asphalt. It does have a couple of concrete places in it, but I had my driveway done a couple of years ago. That's concrete. And I was able to use it 3 days later. So I'm not sure why it took this like 3 months to be ready to go. People were using it, but it was blocked off. And as a law-abiding citizen, I didn't use it. As I said, don't use it. I'm also not law enforcement, so I didn't correct anybody on their behavior. Now, no longer need to go through downtown East Grand Forks. Come around this way. The only problem with going through downtown area is there's a lot of traffic and intersections to get through, and people that don't know what bikes are, and when you're on two wheels you're invisible anyway. Struggling against a headwind. It wasn't that bad when I started out, but it is now. That is to say, bad. But that comes with the territory. Got no mountains, so the wind just blows unabated. Except for these few trees that were planted here. There's the river over to the left. I don't know if you can see it. Probably see enough of the stuff blowing around out here to tell I'm not making up stories about wind. I'm gonna find a good gear. It's a big stick. If there was a dog, that dog would get that stick and carry it somewhere. I don't see any dogs around though. So I guess that stick will just lay there for a while until a dog comes along, claims it for his own stick. I'm not even seeing squirrels out today. They must be worried by the smoke. Coming up on the bridge over to the North Dakota side, and somebody asked me if they had built a new building, and I think they might have been talking about this building up here, which is not a new building. It's been there for a long time. Probably just didn't notice it before, or maybe I didn't make any videos from this direction before. But you'll see here, it's like blue, big blue building. And now that building belongs to a company called Simplot. Simplot is a potato company, and they make French fries in that building right there, mainly for the fast food industry. So if you like French fries with your fast food, might well have been made in that building at some point or another. If you eat enough of them, it's a near certainty. I can't smell any today. You can usually smell them frying, depending on how the wind is, but we got all this smoke today, and that's mainly what I smell. Now we've got a tailwind. Awesome. And in case you didn't know, Idaho is the #1 producer of potatoes in the United States, probably the world, I don't know. Definitely the United States. North Dakota is #2. We make a lot of potatoes in North Dakota. A lot of French fries. I like French fries. I make them at home though. I put them in my air fryer. I got a thing that slices them into fries. And I put some oil on there. I put them in my air fryer. 390 for about 20 minutes. The yellow ones seem to work best. red ones work. I haven't tried the like baking potatoes or russets or whatever they call them. They're probably better, but they're not as healthy. You want me to pass on your right? Or do you want me to pass on your right? Usually we pass on the left.
Okay.
Ducks. There's ducks over there. Probably can't see them. I have to take my word for it. There was ducks though. Definitely ducks. Well, I would have been going around that corner with that thing in the way. But he's making a lot of noise. So, had there been any oncoming traffic, I'm sure they would have heard him. Am I losing tire pressure? Dang it. I feel like I'm kind of losing grip in the turns. I'm looking at the tire. It's hard to tell because I can only look at it for like a split second. It's not totally flat, that's for sure. I'm gonna have to stop up here at the gate. It won't make any difference because nothing I can do about it till I get home. And it is enough pressure in there for me to at least ride.
Okay, this is future me. Yeah, I was losing tire pressure there at the end. I'd verified that. I ran out of battery pretty much right away. And so I made it home. I put some air in it. I really don't know what the problem is. I think that it might be because now all these inner tubes have removable cores, and they seem to come loose, and that might be part of my problem. But I've got to research that more. I really don't know. I'd also like to mention that when I gave you my air fryer recipe for French fries, that's 390 Fahrenheit. That would be about 200 C. And I think that's about all of the errata that I had to put in. So thanks for watching. Have a good day.